Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just finished watching episode 6 of season 2 of What If. So, in comparison to the previous episodes of What If that focused on established Marvel characters and twisted around events from the films, this one delves into a completely new character who was made specifically for this series. And I think she fits right in, especially with the timeline that this episode gives us. So, this episode shows what would happen if Ragnarok actually came to be the way it was intended to, and as Odin dies and as Asgard falls due to the actions of Surtur, played once again by Clancy Brown, the Tesseract gets sent over to Earth, where it lands in a Mohawk tribe reservation, where it turns out it is drops into a lake. Now, this lake is considered forbidden because it swallows people up, but instead of killing the people who fall into the lake, it actually sends them to another area, where the people inside of that area are known as the Sky People. Now, the Native American of choice in this particular episode is Kahhori, played by Deborah Jacobs. Kahhori ends up finding the Sky People in the lake, and after she's shot into it by a Spanish conquistador who's taking over her village. But instead of killing her when she falls into the lake, the Tesseract not only heals her wounds, but also gives her various powers such as telekinesis and super speed. And the Sky People have also obtained all these powers, and they happen to show her how they live their lives in this new area. But when the conquistadors also managed to get there through pure accident, they are meaning to go into the lake to claim the Tesseract's power, but they end up going to that area instead. Kahhori tells her people that they've gotten too complacent with their power and with their relative safety from conquistadors and other conquerors. So she decides to head back to save her people and to save her friends, but she ultimately needs help from all the tribesmen in order to drive off the conquistadors and even to confront their queen, Isabella. But at the end of the episode, after they ensure peace by destroying Isabella's throne, Doctor Strange shows up and says that he's been expecting Kahhori, that he needs her for something. And Doctor Strange is once again played by Benedict Cumberbatch. I often joke that this series does more with its what-if scenarios than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but that's mainly because that film only had one other world that we really explore in detail, when it hinted several in the trailers. On top of that, I'm pretty sure Kahhori has a much better role in a half hour than America Chavez had in that entire movie. But that's neither here nor there. I think Kahhori is actually a pretty good protagonist. She doesn't get the hang of her power right away, but she clearly has passion that she wants to help her people any way she can. And she also clearly has an upbeat and cheerful personality prior to that point. So I think she works out pretty well as a lead. And the conquistadors are actually pretty intimidating for the most part. Gabriel Romero plays the main one, Rodrigo, and I think he's fairly scary when it comes to his role, even if their dialogue does remind me of the Ganados from Resident Evil 4. But that's mainly just because they're both Spaniards. What can I say? So yeah, this one doesn't take specifically from the comics, but it does have that Doctor Strange cameo at the end that does make me think that he's going to have a big role in the finale here. And given the way that this Doctor Strange looks, I'm guessing it's evil Strange, not good Strange. But we'll see what happens when we get closer to the finale. For now, I think Kahhori's an interesting character that I'd like to see expanded upon in other MCU projects. So, see you next time.